Have you ever felt yourself kind of wondering if you're doing business the right way? You're following all the expert advice, but something feels off. The problem is most business advice comes from people who have only scaled one business, sometimes even none. What if the key principles to success in business actually aren't industry specific at all? And what if these principles could be applied whether you're running a product-based business, a service-based business, a personal brand, or all of the above? So today's episode, I want to dive into the 9 lessons that I have learned over the past 9 years scaling 5 different businesses. Because what I've noticed is there are some key things that are applicable no matter what business you run. And actually, these are the most important skills and tools to have if you're looking to scale your business. Now, the advice I'm about to share is not from a textbook. It's not something I've read just once. I have been testing and learning all of this across all of my businesses over the past 9 years, and let me tell you, it works. I want to break down all the lessons for you today. Welcome to Unstoppable Success with Jess Williamson. Lesson 1 is delusional self-belief is your scaling superpower. Now, what I mean about that is if you have the deepest self-belief that if people tell you you're crazy, when people say, you don't even know how to do that, how do you think you're going to build this business? You say, just watch me, because you know what you're capable of. And that's all that matters, because the other people will think you're crazy until you've done it. And then they'll ask you, how did you do it? When I was launching my first business, the swimwear brand, I had this delusional deep self-belief that I was building a global fashion brand. I had no audacity to believe that, right? I was working in digital marketing at the time. My fashion degree experience was watching America's Next Top Model, and that was the extent of it. But I knew the vision and I knew what I was capable of. And so my biggest tip to you is have a little more delusion, because people are going to think you're crazy regardless. So you might as well go big, especially when it scares you. Because I believed that so deeply, of course I took actions that aligned with it. So then I actually set up the brand, the visuals, the photography to align myself with other global leading brands. And I truly believe that because of that vision and the leading actions, then the New York Fashion Week Scouts found me through social media and said, this brand looks legit. And because I was leading myself for the opportunities I wanted to call in, I was able to shortcut that goal massively. This was the same thing when it came to me doing my TEDx talk. I was the most shy introvert ever, but I knew what I was capable of. I was scared shitless, but I did it anyway. An expert professional speaking mentor said to me, Jess, you're not ready. You're not ready for a TEDx. And you know what I said back? I said, mate, I'm doing it Saturday. Just watch me. But let's get that delusional energy flowing, because if you don't believe it, how the hell are you ever going to get there? Lesson number 2. If there is a will, there is always a way. It just depends how willing you are to get there. Now, how I landed my first ever wholesale deal is the best example of this, because I had a goal to land a major stockist in the USA. Again, I had no contacts. I had no way to do that. But the only way you can kind of land wholesale deals in fashion is to contact buyers from the stores, and then they will place an order. So what I did was I was scouring LinkedIn, I was scouring websites, I was finding emails anywhere and everywhere I could. Now I had built up a list of 1,000 emails in my spreadsheet, and then because I wasn't about to just bulk email them, I had to manually email one by one so that I could put their names in there and make it hyper personalized to increase my chance of actually getting a reply. I emailed 1,000 of them, one by one. Then I sent another 5 follow-ups per person. So you do the math, that is 5,000 individual emails over the period of a good 6 months to a year. Now, after 6 months, I got one reply. It was a no, and it wasn't just a no, it was a pretty brutal no, where she basically said the quality is not good enough, it doesn't look like it fits well, how about no? We don't want to order this. Thank you very much. Stop emailing me. Here's the thing. I had a will to get that deal, and the way to get that deal was to continuously email buyers. Now, most people would have sent 10 emails, waited 1 week, and had no replies and decided no one wants it. What is the point? And usually the reality is we just aren't willing. We usually know the how, but we aren't willing to continually show up even when we're not getting the results that we want, even when we get rejected. But I persevered. And after 1 year, I had one lady say yes from a really, really massive store. And they said, we would like to order a trial order of $30,000 US because we have been watching you over the past year. We can see that you're committed and we like your designs. And that was the start of a massive multi thousands of dollars relationship over the next few years. So next time you feel like something might be a little impossible, start asking yourself, what am I willing to do to make it happen? And ultimately it's a choice. There's no such thing as failure if you keep going, because everything is a numbers game. And even if it's not the right way to do it, you're going to get a whole lot of practice, you're going to get a whole lot of confidence, and you're going to build your muscle for tenacity. So where there's a will, there is always a way. It just depends how willing you are to do it. Lesson number 3, speed scales, end of story. Fast decisions create fast results. Slow decisions create slow results, and no decisions create no results. So if you want to get to your goal faster, wouldn't it be logical to take a faster action? But so often we want to wait for the perfect timing, for all the rainbows to align before we take action, for us to feel confident, energized to do the thing. When I launched my personal brand, I knew that I wanted to launch a membership. Now, I didn't know the perfect way, but what I did know was an idea, right? I decided that I was going to do fortnightly calls. It was going to be a membership. It was going to be a low ticket price. I created a randomized name. It was called the Dreamers and Doers. And guess what? I had the idea. I built a website on Wix within 2 hours because I kept it simple. I had the basic information there. I didn't wait to perfect the sales page. I didn't wait until I had 50 million systems. I built the website. I made a way for someone to pay and I posted it on my Instagram stories. By the end of that day, I had 12 people enrolled and I'd launched my personal brand in less than 24 hours. So my question to you is, what is that thing on your heart? What is that thing on your mind right now that you're waiting on, that you haven't yet gone all in on? When I launched my podcast, I had the idea. I had no freaking idea about the tech. How do you record? How do you even put it out into the world? I don't know. But you know who did know? Google, and an amazing friend of mine who had recently launched a podcast. So I asked her, what platform do you use? She told me. I signed up to that platform. I actually recorded some of my first ever episodes on my iPhone. I got my phone, put it on self-timer, was literally wearing the outfit that I had that day, took a photo, added some text, called the podcast Couch Chats. And again, within 24 hours, I had launched a podcast. And the amount of women that I speak to that have a podcast on their dream vision board, who have an offer or something that you're waiting to launch, but you're waiting or you're working on it. But it's like, what are you working on? Really, let's just get it out there. Lesson 4, success does not have to hurt. Let me repeat that. Success does not have to hurt. Please stop suffering and telling yourself that this is the price you have to pay to be successful. I remember when I was building my 5 businesses, I was burning myself to the ground. I was acting out of scarcity with everything I was doing. And I told myself that that is the price I have to pay. I have to push harder because if I'm not pushing, who will be? And it really came to a head when I had this massive anxiety attack. I was running on pure adrenaline for way too long that my body could not handle it anymore. And I had this anxiety attack in my office one day. That was my breaking point. And I said to myself, success means nothing if I'm killing myself to get there. That is the moment that I chose. Success gets to mean calmness. Success gets to mean living my damn life. What if you can have it all? What if you can have the income, the freedom, the love, the success, impact that you're here to make, and you didn't have to sacrifice any of it? Because now my reality looks like watching Love Island at 7 a.m., yet still closing out a 40K sales day. My reality now looks like having a 3 p.m. bath while incredible nationwide speaking opportunities are flowing into my inbox. And success now gets to look like a calm nervous system. So I want you to take a deep breath with me and repeat after me. So firstly, breathe in and breathe out. And repeat after me. Success does not require hustle and sacrifice. In fact, that is stunting my success. I am choosing today that success gets to feel calm and safe for me, and I get to have it all. So one thing I need you to take away from this is that success does not have to hurt. Start building systems that help serve your life instead of consume it. Lesson 5, break all the damn rules. Here's the thing. Industry norms, industry rules, best practices are literally just boxes created to keep you small. For me, they said, focus on one thing. I went out and built 5 successful booked out businesses. They said, start small, see how it goes. I said, I'm going global from day 1. They said, pay your dues, work your way up. I said, bitch, I'm already at the top. Rules were meant to be broken. So start questioning, why do you do things the way you've been doing them? Is it because someone told you that's the way they should be done? Or because you truly believe that is the best way to do it? Stop trying to fit yourself in someone else's box because you were here to bust right through that box. You didn't come here to play small, and rules are just constraining you. Number 6, trust your intuition over logic, because your intuition is actually your most valuable business asset. Here's the thing. When I was sending those 5,000 emails, logic said to stop. Logic said, what's the point? But something in my gut said to keep going. When I was invited to New York Fashion Week, logic said, you don't have money. You've got a full-time job. You've got no annual leave. You've just started a week ago. You've just spent all your money on the first collection. But something in my gut said, hell yes. I signed that contract and I said, I'm in. Sometimes our logic, actually not sometimes, every time, logic is literally there to keep you safe. But your intuition always knows. But sometimes we talk ourselves out of it. Like, oh wait, I'm too busy right now. I can't. Oh, I don't have enough energy for this. Let me put it on the back burner. But trust your intuition because it never lies. And the best business strategy you can have is to follow your own compass. Even when everyone around you wants to tell you, stay safe. You say, screw it. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And I trust myself. Lesson 7, make power moves before you feel ready. The thing is, you can never be ready until you've done it. But so often we're waiting to feel confident. We're waiting to feel like we have all of our ducks in the row. We're waiting to feel like we've covered all bases, that if anything goes wrong, we have a backup plan. But the thing is, we never know exactly how things are going to work out. We are never fully ready. And let me tell you, if you feel ready, you're definitely not aiming big enough. Because if you feel ready, that tells me that you're playing well and truly in your comfort zone. So instead of waiting to feel ready, what if instead you just decide to be ready? It's simply a decision, and then you leap. And once you start moving, there is no turning back. That is the only way to build true confidence in what you're doing. Lesson number 8, build it your way. Your empire won't look like anyone else's, and that is the whole point. I built 5 completely different businesses: bricks and mortar, e-commerce, personal brand, service-based business, all so damn different. But you want to know the common thread? I didn't look for the standard way of building them. I built every single one of them my way. With my fashion brand, I asked myself, what is the most efficient way for me to communicate my designs to my manufacturers in China? I didn't have a fashion degree. And even later down the track, when I learned the proper way of doing tech packs and doing design packs, I still did it my way because it was easier and it was a more direct way of communicating, right? When I was building my personal brand, people said, build online courses. And I said, no, thank you. I want personal connection with my audience. And so the key with building any business is tapping into your inner wisdom, finding your way of building it. One, it's going to feel a whole lot easier because your way is made for you. You're not trying to be someone else. You're not trying to follow someone else's path and push shit up a hill. So build your own damn path. Find your own way and quite literally make shit up as you go. That is your biggest business asset. Are you ready for the last lesson? Lesson 9 is that your next level is always available to you. It's not hiding in another strategy, another course, another mentor telling you how and what to do. It's waiting in the decisions you're too scared to make. It's waiting in the moves that you're waiting for a guarantee on. Leap before you're ready because it's already there. Look at all the things that you know you should be doing, but you haven't yet done. Chances are right now there is something that you know you should be taking action on. You know exactly what that is. You don't need more how, you need more action. And so your next level self isn't waiting in another strategy. It's waiting in the person that you have yet to become, the moves that you have yet to make. So go out there and claim it because nobody's going to claim it for you. It's time to you to take control of your life, of your results, because it's already there. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. So those are my 9 lessons from building my empire over the past 9 years. And I promise you, if you implement even just one of these, it'll change the whole game for you. But it's only available for those of you who are willing to go out there and claim it. Go out there and implement it and actually do it. There's no point just listening to this episode if you're not willing to take the action. But I already know you probably already paused this podcast, have been taking steps towards those goals. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you when you build out even more ease, more wealth, more impact in this world, because you were born to be truly unstoppable in the pursuit of your own success. So before you go, make sure you like, subscribe to this podcast because there is so much more to come and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode.